And welcome back as everyone's talking in the studio, having a good time this morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Not a lot to talk about. About 65, 66 degrees out there this morning. Only 0% chance of rain, Nikki, this morning. So enjoy today. High temperatures around 80, low of 57. I know a lot of you are enjoying those lows. Check out tomorrow, 83 for your high, 61 for the low. Looks like Thursday we're up to 30% chance of rain. Now there is just a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, but 30 on Thursday, and then that drops back down. No rain. We should be okay. Friday, maybe 20%. Saturday, 20%. Still early. And don't forget about that yard sale. We'll be talking about that all week, I'm sure. Zach will tell you more about that tomorrow as well. His big annual family yard sale. But before we talk with Dr. Jan White, I want to say Miss Molly Paysinger, we're there having a benefit singing for this precious little girl. Her love offering will be taken. The Terrys are putting this on and talk about some great singers. There's going to be some great music. You can contact 233-2315 for additional information. Now you can also go on Facebook. There's information on the Paysinger family, and they're just, this little girl has been diagnosed with leukemia, so what a tough time for the family. I just could not even imagine. So keep them in your prayers as well. All right, Dr. Jan White with me this morning. We're talking about a very important subject that is very difficult for a lot of us to do.
It is. It's about de-junking and decluttering. And this is great because, you know, if you have a bunch of stuff, keep Zach's yard sale in mind, okay?
Not just go to the yard sale and buy more stuff.
Bring some of your stuff, or sometimes at the yard sale, you can set up a table and maybe give them part of the proceeds. So, you know, there's all kinds of possibilities. Or have your own yard sale,
That's right.
You know? But this topic,
great sites
right? The topic of decluttering and getting rid of junk, that can be very emotional for people.
Jamie doesn't throw anything away.
I know, my Dave has the same problem.
Oh, I'm not alone.
Yeah, no, but I did find out in my research, this is normal. It is normal to feel anxiety when you need to get rid of things.
Is this a male thing?
It is not a male thing or a female thing. It pertains to everyone. So Jamie, the whole topic started when Jamie gave me a newspaper article that was it was really interesting. So I dug in, I did a little bit more research. I found out that there's actually a National Association of Declutterers, organizers, and so I took all of my sources, and here's what I found out. Now this was the article that Jamie gave me. This is one example of a storage area that some baby boomers are in there cleaning out from the deceased parents.
Now look at that storage area. Now if this is your home and this is what your storage looks like, when are you ever going to go through that stuff?
Well, they never did. What this couple was doing, they were saving up all of this stuff for their kids.
They don't want
And they outgrew the house, and so they had to rent this big storage area. They die, and then guess who has to go through it?
The kids.
The adult children.
And they don't want to keep it.
No, and it said here, and I agree, that it is emotionally and physically draining because you're just overwhelmed with all of the stuff.
Well, see, the way we do it at our house is we've got a big storage area actually, but the kids go shopping there now. She's not listening.
Yes, that is good. And here they recommend that. They actually said in these experts that you need to invite the grown kids over and say, okay, here's the stuff that we've accumulated. Pick out what you want and then donate the rest. Because what they're finding is grown children really do not want much of it. They'll pick out a few things that they want, and then the rest you should donate. That's the hard part.
You know, all the pictures of you.
And there are a lot of pictures of Jamie. But, you know, he has this, you know, great career.
Most of our house is original stuff.
I know it.
So it would be very difficult for him to get rid of.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'll throw away that bag full of newspaper clippings that he thinks he has to save.
Yeah. And so there is a test. They say that, okay, if you're not like clothing, if you have not worn it in 2 years, you're probably not going to wear it. I know it is. But that's what they say.
But I might wear it one day.
I know, but see, and then you keep adding, you keep bringing it in and adding. So now this is just what the experts are saying.
Which I like that because I've once heard that if you haven't worn it in a year, get rid of it. So now it's up to 2 years?
Well,
All
that's
right.
what the experts say.
Okay, good.
Now, it said here that the number one item of clutter is unfinished projects. So people will start a project and then they'll put it aside, put it over in the storage area, and then they'll start another project. So all of these unfinished
Never finish it.
projects are sitting around. And then unread books. Get rid
We
of
do have a
them.
lot of books.
Get rid of them. Donate them.
Good idea.
So they also say that when you start throwing away things they're good things, they're not necessarily junk, but things that you haven't used, that it's very empowering, that you realize that you don't need to accumulate a bunch of stuff to be happy.
You know what we did one time in
What?
my office? I've got the bookcases and everything. Well, we went through there and pulled out all the books we were going to get rid of and clean a bunch. Well, we started opening so many of them, we just wound up keeping the ones that were handwritten to us from either guests on the show or
Right.
people that- so we just kept those and we got rid of all the others.
Yeah, good.
We didn't really get rid of them. We just kind of moved them upstairs to where there wouldn't be downstairs.
Okay.
Which made no
That's
sense.
not really decluttering. That's just shifting.
Okay, shucks.
Hey, I got a 2,000 business card that says Jamie Cooper, probate judge. Can I hang on to those?
Yeah, he still has the probate judge card.
But if he runs again.
He won't.
But it said here that people hang on to things because they're sentimental about them.
He's
So,
very
Aunt
sentimental.
Tilly gave me this, or I
Right.
hold this and I remember something. But you really cannot live in the past. That's what they're saying.
When Jamie's parents both were, had passed away and we were going through the house and cleaning, that is one thing we did do. We didn't go in there and just keep everything. We all just went in there and kept certain items that we all
Yes.
wanted.
Right. And that's
that
what
was
they
it.
recommend. And then get rid of the other stuff.
Donated the rest.
So,